So what are the signs that a woman is forcing herself to love you? Now, you may be finding yourself in a relationship currently where you are having second thoughts and your doubts about the woman you're in a relationship with, because certain things just seemingly do not add up. It could be behavioral, it could be what you heard, it may be your intuition that's really nagging at you at this point in time. And you've come to this video for confirmation. That's exactly what I'm going to be giving you. Signs that she's forcing herself to love you. Now, if you see any of these signs as a sister to a brother, I will say run. Welcome back. My name is Jessica. This is my YouTube channel. So today, let's delve right into it. Now, you'd be surprised the number of people who actually experience this on a regular. You might be surprised also the number of relationships that are pretty much in this very situation that I'm talking about. A woman finds herself in a relationship with you not because she really, really loves you, but because there is something to gain. She stands to benefit in some way, shape, or form. It could be monetary benefits, it could be a matter of association, it could be a matter of basically her just being in dire straits and needing you to lift her up and give her that boost she needs to survive. To be honest, it's a dog-eat-dog world lately, and women and men, to be honest, will do what they need to do to get ahead. But you see, if you find yourself in such a relationship, there's certain things that you can look out for, telltale signs that will straight away tell you that, there's something not right here. There's something that doesn't add up. And in fact, you watching this video right now tells me that you've had your doubts and you're seeking this confirmation right here to be sure that what you're actually thinking is correct. I'll give you the confirmation you need now. Let's jump into sign number one that she's forcing herself to love you. Now, the first sign, if you ask me, is lack of genuine enthusiasm. I mean, when someone is generally in love or genuinely in love with you, they typically show excitement about the stuff you do together, about your conversations, you know? If her enthusiasm seems forced or she appears indifferent towards things that should be enjoyable or important to both of you, for me, it's a big sign of disinterest. For example, she might agree to go on a date or watch a movie together, but spends most of her time on her phone or completely disengaged from everything that is happening around you. It seems like everything out there but for what's right in front of her, i.e. you, is more important at that point in time. It's almost as if she can't wait to leave your presence, and something else is just certainly more important and more engaging than you are at the moment. If you ask me, it's time for you to have some serious conversations with her, because if she can't put away her phone and give you time and attention when you guys are together, when else does she intend to do that? You see, you can fake many things, but you can't fake connection. And trust me, even if you manage to fake it for a while, it's just a matter of time before you slip up, get bored, or something else takes your time. So get this, I'm not saying that every time your girlfriend comes to you to hang out and seems disconnected or is on her phone or that kind of thing means that she doesn't really love you or she's forcing herself to love you. I am saying, though, that if it's a consistent behavior, if it's something that you've noticed, a pattern that keeps reoccurring over time, then it's definitely something you should look into and address, right? Number two is when she makes minimal effort when it comes to communication. So we all know that communication is the cornerstone of relationships. Without communication, you have nothing. You know, if she rarely initiates conversations, gives brief responses, or doesn't seem interested in engaging deeply with you, in my opinion, it could suggest that her heart is somewhere else. For example, you always start, sending her messages, text messages, trying to engage her in conversations when you guys aren't together. And all she does is give you very vague replies, like the letter K, like fine. Things that basically do not encourage you to continue speaking. You should know that she's really not that interested in you, and especially when your relationship is still young. It's not like you guys have known each other for so long that really conversations start to wane and you guys start to have more silent moments between you. If you ask me, within the first 6 months to 1 year, there should never be a dull moment between you. If you're chatting back and forth, it should be coming straight from the heart. It should be because you have something to say. It should be because you're sharing aspects of your day and everyone's keen to know what else happened in their partner's lives, but not being met instead with closed-ended statements that do not foster engagement. If this is happening to you, know that there is a problem. Let me go on to share the third sign, and it is the avoidance of physical intimacy. And I'm not just talking about sex, right? Let's say your relationship is one that doesn't even involve sex, and there are relationships like that. But a decrease in physical closeness or the reluctance to engage in intimate moments can indicate emotional detachment. For example, she may pull away when you try to hold her hand, or avoid situations where you might be physically close, like sitting together on a couch or stuff like that. If you guys have already had sex, she'll give you all the reasons why that can't happen again. And really, her excuses are never tangible or tenable. I know some women will defend this by saying, okay, maybe, they're religious, it was a moment of weakness and they just wanted to make sure they do things right going forward. There's that. But there's also, so I can't hold your hand in public, so I can't give you a kiss on the cheek when you're leaving, so can I not hug you and hold you and just lie down and do nothing? When she tends to avoid a lot of those intimate situations, or avoid situations that will make you guys close or intimate or evoke intimate feelings, you might want to look into that. I'm just saying. Another sign is when she shows that she's disinterested in your life. If she shows little or no interest in your personal experiences, your feelings, your daily life, what you've been up to, etc., it could be a sign that she's not emotionally vested enough in the relationship. If half of the time she seems just bored, when you share news about your promotion at work or a problem you're facing, she seems uninterested or changes the subject very quickly or wishes you a half-hearted congratulations. There is definitely a disconnect between someone who really genuinely cares about you, what happens to you, how you feel about certain situations, and someone who just can't be bothered, right? The fifth sign is also something I would like to call frequent irritation or annoyance. Constant irritation with you or annoyance over small matters can be a sign of deeper issues about how she feels when it comes to the relationship. We all have faults. We all do things wrong from time to time. And yes, by all means, she'll be mad. She'll be irritated at some point, unless you guys are saints, which of course nobody is. But if this irritation just doesn't seem to go away, it's like you did something wrong last month, and for some reason, she's still mad, she's still irritated, she's still annoyed. And the little thing that you do today triggers her. That's not healthy, and that is not a sign of someone who loves you. Unless, of course, it's something she's been talking about for a very long time that you have ignored. But let's just say that you're the saint in this conversation, and suddenly it just seems like she's really irritated or short-tempered when it comes to you. There's something going on there that you need to pay attention to. I'm saying if she quickly gets annoyed over minor things, like the way you chew your food or the music you choose in a car. Those things are so trivial it shouldn't even matter. It's like she's just bringing them up to kind of create a distance between you two. Don't fall for it. And then speaking of distance, number 6 is emotional distance. If she seems detached, unresponsive, or unwilling to share her emotions, it could suggest that she's not fully present in the relationship. She often seems lost, for instance, in her own thoughts and doesn't care to share what's on her mind when you even ask. Given, it could be due to the fact that maybe you've given her some really bad advice in the past, or maybe because she hasn't really felt like she can open up to you yet, because maybe the last time she did, she got bitten or you judged her. There's that. But there's also the point where she doesn't care enough about you and about the relationship to share the things that she finds emotionally traumatizing. And I say this because when someone loves you, they want you to know they're hurting. They want you to know what they're going through. You're the first person she should call to seek advice from if she's going through anything emotional. If she's going through a really down moment, I don't see how she can't be calling your phone, but instead would call her girlfriends or other people who have no interest largely in your relationship. Unless, of course, she knows you to give really bad advice or not support her emotionally. There's no reason why she should behave like that. In the same vein, when she is reluctant to share feelings or thoughts, because open communication about feelings is crucial. If she's reluctant to discuss how she feels about your relationship, it might be a sign of discomfort or lack of connection, right? When you try to talk about your relationship or ask how she feels, she deflects or gives you vague answers. It's not a good thing. Let's look at number 7. Now, let's talk about comparisons with past relationships. If she is constantly comparing your relationship with that of past partners, it's a problem. You heard me. Frequently comparing your relationship to past ones or idolizing ex-partners can be a red flag that she's not fully content with what she has now. You know, she often talks about how things were with her ex that was way better than it is now. She mentions the qualities in them and that she wishes that you had. I'm sorry, if they were that good, they wouldn't have left you. And it may also mean that she's still hung up on her ex. Red flag. Danger, danger, danger. Unless, of course, the relationship ended not too long before she jumped into a relationship with you, I do not see why the conversation about the ex should keep popping up. Plus, I truly believe that comparison is the thief of joy. There's no way a woman who continuously compares you to her ex will be happy with you. That relationship is going to go nowhere in the long run. And guess what? You might actually lose her to her ex. And I really absolutely must hit on this final point. Seeking validation from others. Now, if her focus seems more on how others perceive your relationship rather than on the relationship itself, it might indicate a lack of genuine affection. I mean, she seems more concerned about posting perfect couple photos in social media or getting approval from friends than actually enjoying your time together. I mean, what kind of a person is that? This is bad for various reasons. For starters, she doesn't have a mind of her own, because if she's living to please people, then trust me, your entire life with her is going to be premised on the fact that your neighbor next door has a nicer car than she does. And so you're a lazy guy and you're not working hard enough. It's dangerous when the woman you're with is constantly seeking the approval of others and letting others or other people's opinions of your relationship rule. If all her decisions in a relationship are taken solely based on the fact that people are watching, your neighbors will disagree. Her friends will think that her husband or boyfriend is poor if he dresses in a certain manner or lacks style. It's always about what her friends, other people think. I'm sorry, I don't think she's in the relationship genuinely, because other people will always have opinions about how you should live your life. Now let me wrap up. In each of these signs and examples that I've given you, it's important to remember that context matters, right? It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of video. These signs can have various interpretations, and open, honest communication, if you ask me, is the best way to understand each other's feelings and intentions. So if at any point in time you actually doubt your woman's love for you, the first thing that you should do, apart from watching this video, is communicate with her. What's going on? Let her come clean. Let her open up to you. Let her tell you what's really going on in her mind. And then based on her honest thoughts and opinions, you can begin to find solutions to either walk away or stick and stay. My name is Jessica. I hope you found these signs beneficial and this video beneficial as well. If you did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.